Hi, and thanks for listening to Gossip with Celebrity, brought to you by Celebrity.com. This week is a quicker episode because our first attempt at recording didn't take. We talk about the Royals, Irina Shayk and Bradley Cooper split, Nicole Kidman, and the U.S. women's soccer team. We cover some of your feedback about our break, and we end with our weekly feature, the comments of the week. Hi, I'm Katie, the founder and editor of Celebrity.com, and I write as Celebrity.
And I'm Chandra. I write as Kaiser. I'm the head writer for Celebrity.
So we already talked today.
I screwed it up. It was my mistake. I screwed it up.
We talked for almost an hour and it didn't record on your side, and that sucks. And I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry you suck so hard. Yeah, thank you. I do.
I didn't mean it like that. It could have happened to me. Like, I get it. I totally get it. And I'm glad we get a do-over because I was sitting in my old office chair and I kept squeaking it and I'm in a bad mood, and we'll just re-record the whole thing and get a fresh start.
All right. Okay, let's do this.
We're going to do this. We started off by talking about my health problems, and then we had this moment where we're like, we always talk about your health problems, so fuck it. Go to Twitter if you want to hear about my health problems. So
you have legit health problems, and I think it's okay to talk about it because people are interested. But we don't need to get into it again because, again, we're recording this for the second time.
I'm allergic to meat now. I'm totally allergic to meat after I got bit by a tick, and it sucks. And yeah, I'll link that Twitter in this post, or you can just go to the whatever. So this week was weird. We didn't have a lot happening this week.
No, we just had a bunch of kind of one-liner stories that are pretty easy to talk about. Nothing where we're going to have like huge conversations about for years and years. So let's just get through it.
None of this shit is important.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not going to talk about this for years.
All right. So the big royal story was that the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, she came out for Trooping the Color, and it was her first appearance since the baby reveal of little Archie.
Aw.
And she looked good, I thought. She was wearing a very simple, like, navy and white Givenchy look. And she doesn't look like she has lost much of the baby weight, and that's fine. It's only been a month. And even if it had been longer, it still would be fine.
And this would never
stop judging. Yes. Stop judging women who have just had babies, for the love of God.
This would never even occur to us. But as you mentioned earlier, when only my side recorded. No, seriously, I didn't notice because I kind of tuned it out, especially over the weekends. But a lot of people were like, oh, she hasn't lost the weight. And we didn't even notice. Like, that's the thing. Who cares?
Something we didn't talk about when it turns out we weren't recording was that she was kind of shoved to the back. And I made a point of mentioning that.
In the
because,
post, yeah.
Yeah, because it felt like it's the second year in a row where she and Harry were just kind of like at the very back of the balcony behind lesser important royals. Let's say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the argument that like everyone wants to see the little kids and the little kids should be up front. But like there were some very non-notable royals that were placed in front of Harry and Meghan, and it did bug me.
I wonder how they make that decision. And is it just that some people are pushier that day?
Yeah.
Elbowing their way to the front like a concert or something.
The thing that bothers me is like all of the royal commentators saying, oh, it's about the pecking order. No, not when the 25th in line to the throne is shoved in front of Harry and Meghan. It's not about the pecking order.
Yeah, who knows why they did all that, and if some people were just pushy.
Yeah, it also occurred to me that Meghan, maybe she just didn't want to be front and center, especially not having lost a lot of the pregnancy weight.
I don't think she should be self-conscious about that at all. She's a gorgeous woman.
No, I don't either. Yeah. But maybe she is.
Or also maybe
could be that she is.
She wants to lay low because she knows they always make her the story no matter what she does.
That's true.
And then she got along great with Kate. We saw that. And we've always known that they get along well, whether that's on a friendly basis or just on a coworker basis. Regardless, it's the brothers who are feuding, Harry and William.
Yeah, it's been that way for the past year, basically.
And you were saying that we never even see them together.
Yeah, we haven't seen Harry and William together alone or walking together at an event in a long time. And Harry actually looks like he's specifically avoiding one-on-one contact with William. I think that's very interesting.
They have something deep between them that is causing a rift.
Yeah, it's no secret. I mean, I think Harry is just pissed off at William because William is throwing Meghan under the bus whenever he can.
And he doesn't need a lot of help with that because the British press is complicit in that because it moves copies.
Speaking of moving copies, the cover of Us Weekly this week is about Rose Hanbury, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, and how Kate and William had to take a hard look at their marriage after all of the rumors. It didn't say anything like, oh, William definitely had an affair. It was just the rumors really affected Kate. And, you know, she was very bothered by the rumors, but she's fine now.
The title on the Us Weekly cover is Grace Under Pressure. Princess Kate, which is not her actual title. How the mom of three copes with rumors, responsibility, and royal rifts. And as you open that post, she copes with it just by not saying shit, which is very smart of her and what she should be doing.
Yeah. That's very royal.
Yeah.
That's what they thought Diana would do, that Diana would just keep a stiff upper lip and just deal with the fact that Charles was cheating on her all the time with Camilla.
Yeah.
And Diana didn't do that. But Kate will. She's been trained for that. She's been bred for that, you know, to just not say anything and just be royal and take a longer view and look the other way when William screws around.
And that's smart in some cases. I hope that she's reading him the riot act behind closed doors and he knows he's on thin ice. But you can't say anything to the press now. And I just covered that Elin Wood story. And I referenced your Kate story because Elin did that. She only did 2 interviews with people. She barely mentioned it. She only talked about it in a really vague way. And she could have been on the cover of any magazine after that scandal with her husband. She didn't say shit. That was a boss move. A real boss move.
Yeah, it was very classy.
Yeah.
And I think that obviously she was probably just very private in general.
Yeah.
She just wasn't interested in selling out anything about her private life at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was very classy. I think she got very high marks for that across the board.
She did.
We all knew that Tiger Woods was an asshole anyway.
He really showed it. But yeah, Kate has been doing that. She's just been showing up and doing stuff. She and William went to visit a sheep farm together, and they wore those cute matchy jackets, except like hers had buttons on it and his didn't. They look like an old married couple. And
and that jacket she wore had 20 million buttons on it. I couldn't even believe it.
It was bright, like silver, big old buttons. She loves her buttons. It's kind of funny at this point.
She wore a real pretty white dress to another event, the gala for it's a addiction something or other.
Yeah, she went to a gala for an addiction charity, and she wore this pretty off the shoulder. The top was bodycon and the bottom was like loose flared. Yeah. It was really pretty.
I get the criticism that's not the best silhouette for her body type. I did think she looked nice. And she obviously likes the way she looks when she's that slender.
Yeah.
And, whatever.
She has a long torso and that dress showed it. She looks good if that's what she wants to, the silhouette she wants. She looks good. So Irina Shayk and Bradley Cooper broke up. And I can't believe how much crap there is in the press, like ongoing updates about this story. Let's get into this. They've been together since 2015. They have a 2-year-old daughter named Leah together. And nobody is surprised, but the press is acting like we should be and like we should care.
It was like they promoted the breakup like it was a movie. There were all of these articles in advance about how they were falling apart. It was like every day for a solid week. And then by Friday, People magazine finally confirmed it. Oh, right. They broke up. She's already moved out. And everyone was like, well, you previewed it, so we were expecting it. Not that we would have been shocked in the first place, because obviously it wasn't a love match. It was just sort of like a convenient, oh, look at them. They're together. Okay. That's okay.
I mean, that's the vibe you get from Bradley Cooper with every girlfriend, though, right? You never get this madly in love.
Yeah.
He doesn't have this genuine approachability or realness to him. I don't know how to phrase it. There's something about him that's always detached, always apart. And that's how his acting is, too. So he's a great character actor. I do not think he's a good lead actor.
No, he's not.
Right?
But I'd like to make a point about how he is in relationships, though.
Okay.
Before Irina, he was with Renee Zellweger for several years.
Yeah.
And then he was with Zoe Saldana for several years. It was weird with both of those women, too. And I often felt like Irina was the relationship that made more sense than the other two.
Because he wasn't overshadowed?
Yeah, like it felt normal that he would be with a model like Irina. That felt like, okay, at least that coupling makes sense. He and Renee never made sense. He and Zoe never made sense, at least to me.
I don't get him with anybody because he doesn't do it for me. I don't see his appeal. I don't feel like I ever really knew him. Like there's something guarded about him that keeps him from being accessible and knowable as a celebrity or as a person.
I don't get his appeal either, but my mom loves him. My mom thinks he's great. So I always associate him with like the kind of guy that moms like and that People magazine readers like.
So he was sexiest man alive a couple years ago, and he said in his interview that he likes women who are natural without makeup. And then when he was doing the promotion for A Star Is Born, they kept telling that stupid story about how he brought like a makeup wipe with him and wiped Gaga's face in their first meeting, which is totally unprofessional and crosses boundaries, I think. And then when you watch A Star Is Born, he kept touching her face. He has this weird thing about touching people's faces. So I don't know what my point is. It made more sense the last time I told this story. So re-recording this is both good and bad because some jokes go off better, some go off worse. But
hey, maybe the third time we record it, we'll actually have that full circle moment.
Yeah, anyway, I think that's also why I held a grudge against him as a makeup wearing woman. I'm like, no, you don't tell me what my face is going to look like in front of you because that's my personal choice. You know, that is. Yeah.
That story really bothered you.
It did.
I took the story as them trying to actually promote this idea that he was Gaga's Svengali. That was part of the promotion for the movie.
Yes. And let's talk about this too. The whole idea that Gaga is getting blamed for the breakup, like she's even been around. So People ran a story with this quote about Gaga and Cooper. So he has a huge and overwhelming connection to Gaga, but whether it becomes a real love story in their lives for all the world to see is premature. What? Like
it's a bonkers quote.
Yeah,
bonkers.
I love that word. That is okay. So now we're going to see Gaga and Bradley Cooper come out as a couple? No, this is an invention of some PR person.
What I don't get is they aren't promoting anything anymore. So what is the deal? Why are we supposed to believe that, number one, that Irina and Bradley their breakup is this big scandal? And number two, why are we supposed to believe that Gaga is somehow involved? Whether it's, he paid too much attention to her and Irina got jealous, or that an affair maybe happened or will happen. Lainey at Lainey Gossip theorized that perhaps people want us to look at Bradley, Irina, and Gaga because he's hiding something else and he doesn't want anyone to pay attention to that. And I think that's a good theory because it goes along with my whole, he's hiding something in general. And maybe if he was more honest, whatever. Anyway.
Okay. So this cute story you covered, Nicole Kidman did an interview with a UK magazine, and she said she takes her cats with her. She has these two fluffy cats, and she takes them hiking.
It was really cute. I didn't even know she had cats before this interview, but she has two. They're both long-haired, fluffy kittens, cats. And all cats are kittens. And one is called Snow and one is called Ginger. Aww. And after this story, I went to her Instagram to look up photos and videos, and we found some. And they're so adorable.
Cute. Here's the segment of Nicole Kidman talking to her cats.
Hey, girls. Are you sleeping? Snowy, you okay? Yeah. Gingy, your sister's asleep. She's so tired.
So she talks to them like they're babies. It's adorable.
It really is.
It's nice that she shared it with us too,
It's just so normal.
Yeah.
That she has 2 little cats. She adores them. She talks to them like babies. And then her cute little cats just love to go hiking with their mom.
And she puts them in like a cat backpack with a little, window and air holes for them and stuff.
I mean, could you even imagine if you're like living in Nashville and you run into Nicole Kidman and her cat?
I know. And you'd be like, wow, that lady has a cat in her backpack, and that is Nicole Kidman. It's always weird. Do you ever see somebody out walking their cat and you're like, huh? Because it's so rare to see that. And it's just a weird thing because the cat's kind of like pulling, but.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. It is weird. I live out more in the country, so I don't see it that often.
Yeah, me too. It's rarer.
All right. And there was a big controversy this week because United States women's soccer team, they played Thailand, and it was an absolute beatdown, 13-0. And after every goal the American women made, they celebrated. And that was the controversy, the scoreline and their celebrations, because they dared celebrate while having vaginas.
Also because we're women. Yeah, true. It was the USO or the World Cup. It was the World Cup. And like my sports knowledge is nil. And but they were supposed to be concerned for Thailand because they were getting trounced. No, they were happy. Who cares? And if a man's team did that, we wouldn't say anything.
Well, the Thai women were crying, and after the game, the American girls comforted the Thai girls. They gave them hugs. They gave them words of encouragement. But during the game, of course you're going to beat down. Of course you're going to go for every goal. Of course you're going to celebrate. And this is all happening as the women's soccer team is suing the United States Soccer Federation for equal pay.
That's a good point too, yeah.
And they want equal funding. They want to be funded just the same as the men are funded, because they're actually in the World Cup and the men are not. And the women's team is awesome, and they've won all of these World Cup titles, and they've won all of these Olympic medals. So they're fighting for their livelihoods. They're fighting for attention. They're fighting for recognition. And yeah, sure, the conversation is, but don't be too loud about it. Don't be too self-congratulatory.
Yeah. Like the stuff about Meghan that you were telling me was happening over the weekend, I was surprised that there were people who were arguing that the women's team shouldn't be so happy they were winning, or that they should not win so many goals. Like they should just stopped winning at some point. Like, come on, the other team could have turned it around. Like you have to just keep going for the goal. You can't hold back.
Right, exactly. And that's the way every sport is.
Would we ever have this conversation about a men's team? No.
Right. Obviously, I pay more attention to tennis than soccer. There are total blowouts in tennis, too. That doesn't mean that Roger Federer or Serena Williams has to, take their foot off the gas pedal just because another player is doing poorly. You don't do that. That's professional sport.
There is a lot on the line. They have worked their whole career to get to this point, and they're going to win. And they're going to be happy when they win. And that is natural and normal. And just because they're women, they shouldn't tamp that down and try not to beat the other team too badly. I mean, come on. So that was pretty dumb.
Yeah, it was. And there are people still arguing about it right now.
Go for it.
So,
I don't care.
Even when this podcast comes out, there are still going to be people arguing about whether or not women are celebrating too
There'll
much.
be some other thing that women did that we're not supposed to do, I'm sure, by then.
Yeah. On the world stage, playing for the World Cup, they're not supposed to be happy that they're there and that they're winning. Anyway.
So let's move on to the user feedback.
Okay.
So you can call or text us at 434-218-3219, and you can email me at info@celebrity.com, and we're on Twitter as Celebrity and on Instagram. So thank you to everybody who welcomed us back. It was really nice to hear from you. We missed you too. And Marshmallow said on Twitter, I didn't realize how much your podcast had become part of my routine until you took this break. Welcome back. La Unica Angelina commented that she couldn't wait to listen and that she missed us. And Lila said, so glad to hear you too. You always perk up my Monday commute and make me laugh out loud. Love you both. We love you guys too. And thank you so much for listening to us and for giving us feedback and interacting. And it means a lot. It's nice to hear from you.
Yeah, it's really nice.
let's move on to the comments of the week. So my comment of the week is from Giddy, and it's on the post about Trump tweeting that he'd met with the Prince of Wales, except he spelled it like the marine mammal whale. And Giddy wrote, in the teeming swamp in Trump's head, he probably wondered if the reason Charles was concerned about the environment was because he was the Prince of Wales. Oh, and she put little whale emojis, which, I mean, he would take it literal like that.
I mean, kids think that way. I thought that way. I thought Wales was spelled W-H-A.
When you were little, before you actually read it.
Yeah, when I was 6 years old, before I like learned how to spell. Yeah, which is a joke because I still can't spell. But
come on.
But Trump is an idiot. He's a fucking moron, and it just bothers me.
If that was the only case, like I remember how dumb Bush Jr. was and how he couldn't string a sentence together. And he wasn't.
Yeah, I remember that too. And I would still rather go back to that.
And I thought he was the worst, but I didn't know.
Me too. I absolutely hated when Bush was in office, and I thought he was the devil. Him and Cheney.
The people around him were the devil. He was just a gullible person willing to go along with it. I mean, he's evil too.
Yeah, but right at this moment, I'm like, God damn, W was a statesman.
He was bad, right? He can't put on a poncho. He doesn't know how to put a rain poncho on.
All right, and my comment of the week is from the Lynx post a few days ago where Kendall Jenner said that she had never tried a Hershey's Kiss. And first of all, a lot of the comments were about how they didn't like Hershey's Kisses either. And they totally support Kendall for not liking them. No, the story was not that she doesn't like them. It was that she didn't try them. She has never had one. So, and then everyone took that opportunity to misread the headline.
Not everyone.
And the story.
Some asses did. And not everybody.
A handful of people. They decided to go into a comment section and brag about how they could only eat dark chocolate, which give me a fucking break.
That is ultimate in trolling. Get over yourself.
If you think that that's some sort of brag that you only eat dark chocolate, which tastes like fucking garbage, so I'm sorry.
I don't mind dark chocolate.
I could go on and on about dark chocolate.
We had this conversation. It goes milk chocolate and then dark chocolate. And then to me, the white chocolate is garbage. I hate white chocolate. It is not even chocolate. It's just like some chocolate. It has the consistency of chocolate and it's a lie. I hate it.
To me, the list is milk chocolate, number 1, number 2, white chocolate, end of list.
If you have the Hershey Special Dark, it's sweet enough that it's not bad because my dad eats that. And that's what he keeps around the house at my parents' house in Florida. They have a big, nice bowl with the Special Dark Kisses and the Special Dark Nuggets, which are actually quite good.
Nope. Special Dark is garbage. Sorry. I have ruled. Anyway.
Oh my God. No. And there's a higher percentage cacao, is that how you say it, than Special Dark. And that is hard to eat because it's bitter.
Yes.
But Special Dark isn't bad.
Anyway, so my comments of the week were from that Kendall Jenner story. And Other Renee said, wow, lots of chocolate snobs here. I prefer not to denigrate someone else's preferences, but whatever. I love Hershey's Kisses. I don't like dark chocolate very much. I keep it in the fridge when I want a bit of chocolate because there's no chance of me eating it all up. Any milk chocolate in my house would be gone in a flash, which is how I am too. And Charlie Penn also said something similar, but anyway, we're doing this for the second time. So I'll just say it again. Dark chocolate is garbage.
White chocolate,
you shouldn't brag about it.
But I agree with you. We're on the same side about the best chocolate being milk chocolate.
And you shouldn't brag about how you only love dark chocolate and you will only
that's like
eat
people
it.
Being like, I don't watch TV. I only read books.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Get over yourselves. Come on. And and I have to give up chocolate for a couple years because of this allergy. But I do like a Hershey's Kiss, and I did buy some a couple weeks ago and eat them.
My big problem are those M&Ms with peanut butter.
Oh, those are really good, but I just won't buy them because I'll eat them.
Yeah, I had to stop buying them. I really did.
They're delicious. and they like melt in your mouth. I don't like the caramel ones. The caramel is too hard for some reason. It like doesn't feel like real caramel.
Yeah.
I think they screwed that up. But the peanut butter ones.
But whoever like invented that percentage of peanut butter to M&M shell,
yes,
it really had it going on that day. Like they figured it out.
They're better than Reese's Pieces. They have like a
really
better ratio, like you said, of peanut butter, and the peanut butter tastes better.
Yes, I agree. That's a hard agree from me.
We're on the same page with some candies and chocolates. All right, so thanks for listening, bitches.
Thanks, bitches. Okay, I think that recorded, hopefully, for fuck's sake.
Thank you for listening to the Celebrity Podcast. If you could please rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or your platform of choice, it will really help us, and we appreciate it a lot. You can call us and leave a voicemail at 434-218-3219. Our website is celebrity.com, and we're also on Twitter under that handle and on Instagram as Celebrity Official. Thanks again.